Good morning, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life 100%, coming to you from the park out here near the water fountain, underneath these big, beautiful trees out here in nature. I hope all of you are focusing on the Good Red Road and the sacred path. That's what I'm going to do today to help me stay focused and in a positive mindset. Today I'll be doing the Sacred Path cards. This is my book. And I'm going to be doing the Sacred Mountain spread, and it is a 5-card spread, and the 5th card is a lesson needed to find personal freedom. So these are my cards. They are a tarot deck based on, let me read to you here in the beginning, because I am on a medicine walk. So a medicine walk is anything that will aid the seeker in feeling more connected and in harmony with nature and all other life forms. Anything that is healing to the body, mind, or spirit is medicine. To find a special medicine that would give answers for a personal challenge or problem, our ancestors would often walk in the forests or on the mesas to observe the portents or signs that would assist them in healing and seeking wisdom. The medicine walk was a way to reestablish the link to the allies or medicine helpers. A medicine walk is still possible in today's busy world if the seeker knows how to read nature's signs. And I do feel that I do know how to read nature's signs. I'm getting better at it. So the language of love can be understood when compassion and mutual respect are allowed to come full circle and are redistributed among those who share our world. To send love to a beautiful sunset, to a willow tree, to a circling hawk, which I just saw this morning, by admiring the beauty of each is one way to begin. Every fellow creature, being, or life form is a teacher and a potential friend. Each teacher in nature holds a deep abiding love for great mystery and will impart messages to those who seek the mysteries of the void. So that's what I'm doing. I'm seeking the mysteries of the void in order to continue to stay grounded in Mother Earth, walk a sacred path on the Good Red Road, and stay heart chakra connected, and know that I have all the answers lie within me if I'm able to connect to Great Mystery and Great Spirit. So this is a tarot deck that's, I think it's like 260 tribes collaborated to do this book and these cards, and it's a way for me to use these as a tool to continue walking the Great Red Road, which keeps me in positive attitude, mindset, and connected to my Sacred Heart and Mother Earth and nature. And it is what works for me. So you can try it. You can buy these cards online. It's up to you. I do this every day for a teaching for myself. There's different card spreads that you can do for reading each day. And this is what's working for me to help me walk in beauty. So today I'm doing the Sacred Mountain spread. The Sacred Mountain is the place of inner knowing and proper perspective. The Sacred Mountain of our ancestors is not a physical place. It is a place of balance that exists within the sacred space of each individual. To reach this place of wisdom and enlightenment, balanced with faith, trust, innocence, and courage, you must climb the mountains and the hills of your own limitations and conquer the fears that keep you from knowing. When the challenges are many and the path is crooked, you may feel confused or temporarily lost. In such times, the Sacred Mountain spread is the tool that will aid you in seeing the truth from the perspective of the eagle, which I just saw an eagle this morning too, a couple of them, and I think 2 or 3 hawks. So that's kind of cool. In freedom and from above, the overall significance is clearly put into perspective. This spread is what I call a working spread, because you must climb to the top using your own courage and strength rather than being carried by someone. If the going is getting tough and you're willing to confront the limitations you have set in your own path, this is the spread to use. The first 4 cards represent the areas of creativity open to you where you have set limitations or denial. The Sacred Mountain card is the reward at the end of the climb or the gift you will attain by completing the journey. So that is the lesson needed to find personal freedom. So if I'm able to get through all these lessons, then that is my reward, would be personal freedom, which freedom is within. So that's a good space. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this deck of cards. and see what Great Mystery and Great Spirit have to share with us today, so that I can continue walking this path in strength and beauty. It's not always easy, but if I stay heart chakra connected and connected to Mother Earth, it seems to go a little bit better. It's not quite as much of a struggle because I'm generally drawing in people that are healthy and in balance, and we raise each other up rather than tear each other down. So those are healthy relationships, not codependent relationships in my life, and I know the difference now. It was a hard lesson to learn, a lot of painful experiences to help me build up my strength and condition myself to, go a different way, go my own way, and the way I choose to go is the red road. Because I have faith that I am on the right path. I am walking a sacred path. And if I don't want to harm things, they usually don't want to harm me. But I know that the physical is just an illusion. Usually people that want to harm me are not in balance within their own internal being, and they're sick mentally, emotionally, which becomes physical illness, addiction. And sometimes those people are volatile to be around, so you must protect yourself spiritually and seek refuge. That's what I'm doing, even if that means I'm homeless. I'm not hopeless, because I know Great Mystery, Great Spirit has a path for me, a home for me, and I am drawing that in. And I'm working for that in the spiritual realm. These things are always working out for me, even when it doesn't appear to be. My angels and ascended masters work behind the scenes to make things work for me. Even though I can't see them, I know they're there. So that makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so let's see here. The first card appears in the east and signifies the lesson needed to remove any present limitation. This is the place of the golden door that leads to all other levels of awareness. No matter what card appears in this position, you're being asked to look at what you feel you cannot achieve in the card's lesson. Hence, your limitation is made clear to you. So this is the lesson needed to remove present limitations. So I'm going to draw 5 cards out of this deck. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the first card, we just drew this yesterday. So, decisions. Council Fire. 24. So this is decisions. Lesson needed to remove present limitations. This is the east door. The east lesson. Council Fire, decisions, 24. So I am kind of struggling with some decisions right now. I have made a decision to continue walking the Great Red Road. Excuse me. Elders gathered the fire of wisdom's light, words, decisions, conclusions, all through the night. Excuse me, I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm sitting on a big root. So, in its ancient Native American custom, or it is an ancient and Native American custom, to call a council fire when decisions need to be made that affect the whole tribe or nation. To sit on any council as a representative of the people, a person would have to have proven through example that he or she is worthy of the honor. Many years of being truthful, brave, compassionate, sharing, a good listener, a fair judge, a discreet counselor, and an honored tribal member went into making of the Council of Chiefs. The decision-making process that guides the path of Native Americans is multifaceted. The sacred viewpoints of those affected by the decisions are treated with respect. If someone has received a vision or medicine dream regarding the wisdom of the final decision, that information is reviewed. The manner in which a situation was handled in the past is taken into consideration. The way in which a probable decision will affect the lives of the people is carefully weighed. The desired outcome is always to keep the peace. If you have been waffling over what to do next, the council fire is insisting that you make a decision. There can be no forward movement if you fail to decide which trail will lead you out of the swamp and into the forests. It takes courage to make changes in your life, and all changes must begin with a decision. Do it and do not look back. Life awaits you in all of its beauty. If the decision of another has left you in a precarious position, make new decisions of your own. There is no need to make a decision based upon another's. Consider all possibilities and how your decision affects others. Then be courageous enough to act. Find your truth and stick to it. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm finding my truth and I'm sticking to it. And the path might be a little rocky right now, but I know that I'm on the right path. So I trust and believe in that. So that is the lesson that I'm learning, that I have made a decision and I have to stick to it. And I will not let the decisions of others, their poor decisions, affect me negatively, and I can move myself away from people that are making poor decisions, because they do affect me. So I have to know that in order to walk in beauty, I have to walk that path that I'm talking. So the second card is the South lesson, needed to restore the trust. The second card appears in the South and represents the lesson needed to restore your trust. The South card is also where you limit the faith you once had as a child, where you need to handle your ego, or where you need to heal the hurt of being betrayed after you trusted. The second card may also reveal if you have become a whining, childlike victim instead of the courageous child that saw the world as an adventure. So, lesson needed to restore trust. Expansion, storyteller. So, I'm sharing my story with you, the struggles and the successes, and I am the storyteller. 29.
Sticking to the wall.
So 29, the storyteller expansion. Sing to me, O ancient ones, of the history of our race, that I may see in my mind the love in every face, and every spirit that came before, the medicine that they made, the sacred tradition they passed to me, so the memory will not fade. O storyteller, be my bridge to those other times, so I may walk in beauty with the ancient rhythm and rhyme. The storytellers of Native America are guardians of our history and our sacred traditions. They ensure the future expansion of our children will bring to the earth by keeping our ancient knowledge alive. Storytellers traveled among the bands of tribes in various nations, carrying news of events that affected the whole. The storyteller would recount the events of the other camps at the communal fire after dinner. The storyteller would tell of brave deeds, coups had been counted, and on an enemy. A medicine dream that prophesies coming events, medicine stories that kept tradition alive, and our latest news of births and deaths. The storytellers of all tribes and nations are the bridge to other times and ancient teachings. The children of the future generations learn from the storytellers and apply the lessons of the medicine stories to their own lives. The storyteller card speaks of expansion on all levels. You are now growing and encompassing many new ideas if you have received this card. See which area of expansion needs your attention and feed your personal fire of creation. Create more and enjoy the expansion knowing you earned it. Note that the expansion will continue if you are willing to share how you achieved your success with others. And that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my success. Many lives are influenced by another's story. In the good fortune of your present situation, you may be instrumental in encouraging others. In all cases, expansion occurs when people are allowed to grow at their own rate and with their own understanding. The wisdom of the storyteller is a part of the art of remembering. Note that you are now remembering your personal medicine and how to be your potential. So I'm remembering how to be my potential by walking my truth, speaking my truth, and telling my story. It's playing a significant role between the Crooked Trail and the Great Red Road, and I know that. And I'm grateful that I'm able to do this. It took a lot of hard, painful lessons to get to this point. And if I can help one person, even if it is just myself, if I'm helping me, then I'm helping a lot of other people, because it starts here. When I help me, a lot of people are like me. I see myself in others, and I know they see themselves in me. So, number 3, lesson needed to find personal truths. So this was, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. This was the lesson to restore my faith, expansion. I'm expanding who I am and what I allow others to see me as. Sometimes people don't really know you and they make judgments upon mistakes that you've made. But I'm not really concerned of what others think about me at this point. The third card appears in the west and points out the lesson needed to find personal truth. So this is my west card. Truth as my protection. The arrow. The west card may also imply that there is a limitation you have put on yourself regarding your ability to know what is right for you. So this is lesson needed to find personal truths. 12. Truth as protection. Warrior clan, your arrows fly straight and true. Bold of heart, proven faith, protection lives through you. Honors were bestowed upon each young man who honored his clan with acts of bravery. Each step of the warrior path to warrior clan was purposely hard and grueling, since the leadership of the tribe and sometimes the nation would fall on the shoulders of the next warrior clan generation. A man's skill in making arrows could show how much care he would take in leading his people. The best of the best would be chosen as chief after they had honored themselves for 50 or more years. A warrior was never considered an elder and wise enough to be the main chief until his life was rich with experience. He was considered a full-grown adult after 50 years. The arrow was quick to protect and quick to act in crisis. Straight and true, weighing all future possibilities, each chief aimed for the highest good and remained totally responsible for the actions of the decision he made. The bow of the beauty was the joyful expression with which he viewed his task of leadership. Even in times of great sorrow, the ability to bend without breaking was remembered through the bow of beauty, the arch of inner strength that gave flight to the arrow. The bow of beauty was said to have been made of the finest gold, which represented the golden light of grandfather's son's love, and was inlaid with pearls, which represented the essence of grandmother's moon's nurturing. At the core of the warrior clan's principles was the balance, male and female, within each brave. This balance was found through the willingness to bend like bow of the beauty and send the arrow of truth into the world. If the arrow has found its target in your cards today, you are being asked to find the truth of your present situation. You can protect yourself from uncomfortable situations by using the truth as your protection. It does not matter what others think of you. You know the truth. When you honor that truth, you cannot be hurt by the lies of others. Arrow also speaks of the ideas of brotherhood. This is to say that you must armor yourself with the good intent and truthfulness of those you wish to associate with. Drop those who would no longer honor your path or truth. Remember, Arrow is straight and always says, stay on the sacred path. So that's a good reminder to stay on the sacred path for me today. That's my personal truth, to stay on the sacred path. That's a good truth. I have learned a lesson. When I stray from that, it's very painful, and I don't want that anymore. The fourth card is the North card and represents the lesson that will assist you in acknowledging your personal talents and or gifts. If you are taking your gifts, talents, and abilities and material possessions for granted, you may be limiting the future gifts from the field of plenty because you shun the beauty of the ones that you have. So, lesson needed to acknowledge personal gifts or talents. Hour of power, ritual of joy. And you can see the sun, her hands up to the sun. She's having an hour of power and a ritual of joy. And that is how you acknowledge personal gifts and talents. You give praise. You are grateful for that. And you thank Great Mystery, Grandfather Sun, for those gifts. And when I do that, I feel joyful and powerful. Oh, sacred hour that reconnects my spirit with the whole, Mother Earth will fill me up through my heart and soul. I will sing my spirit song. I will be at one. I will share my energy like earth, moon, and sun. All human beings have their own internal timing. Some are very quick to accomplish a daily task, while others are more methodical. Some people have a slow metabolic rate, while others have food seemingly run through their bodies. The thought process of some are lightning quick, and others are graced with patience of examination. These examples of personal timing are some of the things that make us unique and different from one another. So it is that each person also has an hour of power during the day's cycle. Every person feels more connection with a certain time of day or evening. For some, it's early in the sunrise when the world is quiet and Grandfather Sun is just coming out. And for others, it's in the evening when Grandfather Sun is saying goodnight. For all people, their special time or of day or evening is their hour of power. But generally, they go on a 12-hour cycle, so you will kind of feel upbeat and more energetic, and it overlaps like 12 hours apart. So you just have to get in tune with your body and know what your internal timing is and where you feel most energetic and powerful. The hour of power is a ritual of joy. It is a time of day when each individual is filled with the essence of aliveness and pure connection to all creation, as this time is unique with each person. It is solidarity time that invokes a sustaining flow of aliveness that will feed the person with great mysteries, pure mana, or life force. The joy that fills you in this time period can be a medicine you can call on at any time, other time of the day when there is a need. To call on the medicine of the hour of power, you need only to close your eyes and breathe in the pulses of Mother Earth's heartbeat and recreate the joy through remembrance. Remember how it felt during your hour of power. Firmly plant your feet on Mother Earth, and as you breathe in the joy, feel it come up through the soles of your feet from Mother Earth's molten heart center. This earth connection is pure sustenance and will allow you to ride out any storm. The hour of power speaks of a ritual of joy. No matter what your present situation, you are being asked to do what gives your heart the greatest joy. Drop any activity that is taxing and focus on connecting to the earth and being fed with the energy you need to maintain happiness. This card signals the zero rest balance point that will keep you from becoming out of harmony. If you realign body, mind, and spirit by doing something that gives you joy, This little happiness break is what will keep you from breaking apart if you are stressed out. Excuse me. Life force is available to you in this moment. Be reminded not to leak any of this precious mana on regret or indecision. The keynote here is celebrating life. Find the blessings that give you joy, discover your hour of power, and feed the talents that allow you to develop your greatest potential. So that's what I'm doing. I'm out here in my hour of power, enjoying my ritual of joy with Mother Nature, Mother Earth, this fountain, the birds, the trees, and I'm sharing it with all of you. That is my truth. So, number 5. Can you hear that falcon in the background? It just flew over our heads when we were walking down here. It's screeching ahead of me. The 5th card, the Sacred Mountain card, represents the lesson needed to find personal freedom. In letting go of the limitation you may have placed in your own path, the choices are now clear. The place of inner knowing and balance high on top of Sacred Mountain is now accessible because you have confronted your fear and self-limitation. Now it is time to bask in the beauty of the unlimited view. So, lesson needed to find personal freedom. And its burden basket. Self-reliance. And this is a good lesson, because when I allow my burdens to fall on other people's shoulders, then basically I'm expecting them to carry me and my burdens, and I know that maybe I put too much of my woes on other people, and I didn't intend to. Sometimes I'm just venting, but I try not to do that anymore, and know that I have everything available to me if I'm able to look within and realize that I don't really need much. I don't need people to carry me. I don't need protection because I'm protected by Great Mystery. And I try not to bring my woes, burdens into other people's homes, and know that I am self-reliant and Great Mystery has a plan for me, and that is my path to personal freedom. If I am self-reliant, then I don't have to rely on others to carry me. Because in the end, we all get tired of carrying others, and we have to allow them their ability to be self-reliant. You can't make anyone happy. They're either happy or they aren't. And that's their job, to find their happiness inside. Burden basket carries my grief and gives me the strength to go on. Burden basket reminds me not to take my burdens to others' homes. Burden basket sings to me when the winter is long, reminding me of summer's heat, bringing warmth to ancient bones. Grandmother Fire heats a lodge even in the winter and provides the needed warmth and light for nighttime activities such as the evening meal or beating new moccasins. Native women were never asked to bear a burden heavier than the burden baskets they could handle. When the burden basket was not in use, it was hung outside of the home for another reason. Native American etiquette is very different from other cultures and demanded the custom be honored by all tribal members. Assistance in relief of a burden was sometimes given in the home of the elders. This practice was an exception to the rule of leaving all burdens outside the door. To seek counsel, one would go to the elder, relative, or medicine person and bring a gift of tobacco, a trading blanket, a buffalo robe, or another appropriate gift depending upon the magnitude of the favor being requested. The meeting was not usually held in the presence of others, and the person seeking counsel had to wait 3 days for the decision. On the 4th day, the answer would be given. During the 3-day waiting period, the wise person with counsel was sought would smoke the answer or dream the solution. Although the wise ones were not required to say more than yes or no, they usually used to use the opportunity to give a teaching through storytelling to the seeker. Burden baskets serve the people in many ways. Personal balance brings self-reliance. We need to be in the present time. Inner strength is created through trusting our personal knowing and only seeking counsel when we have exhausted all other paths. When the children of earth learn self-reliance and interdependence, our common burden basket will one day be tossed in the fire of creation. The smoke rising from that fire will signal the answer to all the prayers of the fifth world of peace. If you are carrying a burden basket today, this card is telling you to pull from your inner strength and become self-reliant. You can conquer the world when you let go of the burdens by trusting your ability to find your own answers. Problems cease being burdens when solutions are found. The burden basket also teaches us not to drop our woes at the door of another. Relying on ourselves and our connection to great mystery teaches us to stretch into our potential. If confusion sets in and counsel is sought, use the advice. Don't waste the precious time of others if you do not intend to respect the wisdom offered. Know also that it is not your job to solve the problems of others. Do not rob others of their right to self-reliance. In all cases, we would only carry the burdens we wish to carry. If it makes us feel good or important to have so much to handle, we might need to look at our ideas of self-importance. The reminder is that we are all self-reliant and must use our talents to find our own solutions. The best answer is one shared equally by all travelers on the sacred path. So that is a good reminder to me that we all can share different gifts, abilities, and ways that we have been self-reliant, and we can share those things that we've learned through walking this sacred path from the crooked trail to the sacred path, and what worked for us to get back on the sacred path, to walk in self-reliance and not put our burdens upon others, because then we rob ourselves of being self-reliant. And when we try to do things for others that they are completely capable of doing, then we are robbing those people of their own ability to be self-reliant. So that is a very good lesson, and that is how we are going to attain, that's a lesson that we need to attain personal freedom. So we have to remember that we are all self-reliant, and not take our burdens into others' homes and rely on other people to solve our problems. And we can solve the problems if we all remain self-reliant and ask those that are walking the sacred path to help us, because they were walking in beauty and they're on the Great Red Road, and they are travelers that are traveling in the same direction as me. And that's why I'm doing this video. That's why I'm speaking my truth and shooting my arrow straight and trying to be a bridge between the crooked trail and the Great Red Road.